Hey guys, I'm Bird. I'm the captain of Burrito Esports, and these are 5 ways you can improve your mechanical skill and decision making in Paladins. Number 1. Shoulder peeking. Shoulder peeking is a mechanic you'll find in a lot of FPS games, and is a useful tool to outtrade your opponent in both 1v1 situations and full-blown teamfights. Shoulder peeking is when you peek around an object or a wall quick enough that when you fire an attack, you won't get hit in return. Doing this on characters like Cassie and Droxus can easily let you outpoke your enemy, even when you're at a disadvantage. Executing it well may take some practice, but once you get it down you'll end up winning a lot more fights. To do it, simply peek around the corner and fire at the same time. Once you've done that, immediately go back behind cover. It'll take a few tries to get the timing right, but you can easily practice this in the shooting range. Number 2. B for BM. This ties into shoulder peeking, and is excellent to use in combination with it. While taunting your enemies itself is a great tool to overcome any opponent, you'll notice how it gives you a third-person view of your character. This third-person view can be used to your advantage in combat. Simply press B, or whatever keybind you've bound it to, while standing at the corner of a wall. If used correctly, you should be able to steer your mouse to look around and spot out your enemy as they come around the corner. This way you're guaranteed to get the first shot off. Number 3. Juking. This might sound obvious, but there's actually a lot of basic maneuvers you can do to make you harder to hit. Moving back and forth does make you harder to hit, but sometimes it can become predictable. Usually after a couple missed shots, your opponent will catch on to your rhythm, and you'll have to change it up a bit. A basic maneuver you can do is left, right, left, left, instead of the standard left, right, left, right. Sometimes it's hard to think about, but when fighting in clutch situations, it's equally important to avoid being hit as it is to hit your shots. Keep track of your enemy's shots. If they do start to figure out your rhythm, then you know it's time to mix it up. Start with a basic left, right, and as they finally start to catch on, throw them off guard with another right. As simple as it may sound, a lot of aim tracking is subconscious, and mixing up your movement can be hard to adapt to. Number 4. Timing. Again, tying into the previous tricks, timing is a great way to improve your jukes. Keeping track of your opponent's ammo count and cooldowns can quickly turn a fight in your favor. A great example of this is Makoa and his hook. Knowing the cooldown of his hook and counting for each shot fired can allow you to time your ability usage better. When playing against a Makoa as an Androxus for instance, you can time your dash so that each time he shoots, you dash in the opposite direction. Then after he's finished reloading his 4 ammo, you catch his first shot with your reversal and reset the cooldown of your dashes. Using these timings applies to every champion and can greatly increase your success rate in both clutch situations and team fights. There are many abilities in the game with short cooldowns that are really easy to start off with. Eevee Wormhole is a great example of this, where instead of shooting the location of her blink, instead count the 2 seconds of her wormhole and shoot her original location to get the secure damage off. I would recommend taking a look through each champion's abilities to refresh your memory of the cooldowns and ammo count of each one. Number 5. Patience. Patience is one of the most important and also most forgotten parts of Paladins. Running into battle headstrong can be a great attribute, but equally good is patience. Out of all the tricks, this is hardest to master, but with active practice it can pay off big. Getting an overview before the fight begins, staying mounted, and striking when most opportune is an easy way to capitalize on your team's poke damage and the enemy's mistakes. Playing patiently can allow you to recognize when your opponent uses a cooldown that otherwise might allow them to escape you. Staying mounted, however, and peeking around the corner might allow you to catch someone that had forgotten about you entirely. Practice this in your casual or competitive games, and you'll be surprised to find how often your opponent makes a simple mistake that you can capitalize on. Lastly, to summarize, here's a clip of me playing against Makoa as Androxus to hopefully use as many of these tricks as possible to beat him. I start off the fight by standing around the corner hoping to bait out his hook. I do get his hook and I try to time my dashes to his shots. I count his shots and I make sure to catch the last one with my reversal. After using the reversal, he dashes and I try my best to hit him. Unfortunately I miss though. Seeing my HP, I know that I'm able to take a hook and survive it. So I just fight him a little bit more, hoping that if I do enough damage he'll have to disengage the fight at the very least. I use my emote here to try to get a glimpse of what he's doing. I see that he's trying to come back for a fight, so I prepare my first shot, and I do get the first shot on him. At this point once again, I know that he has his hook up, so it's up to me to time my dashes.
He dashes in, and I time my shots to each of his shots, making sure he doesn't have an option to hook me. I make sure to dash through him instead of to the sides. If I dash through him, it's much harder for him to hit the hook because he has to do a 180 every time I dash. I know that he's going to wait for my 3 dashes to be up before trying to hook me, so it's very important that I actually hit my shots when I do dash. Luckily I do hit my shots, and together with Abyss Walker, I'm able to out-heal him. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you want to learn more about Paladins, check out my series Bird Teaches Shit. In that series I cover the basics of specific champions and how to improve your general positioning. Alternatively, feel free to check out my stream, twitch.tv/Omgimabird.